What I'm about to tell you may sound very shocking. Are you ready? 2020 was a bad year. I know, right? I can't believe it either. The only good thing about this year is actually had a buttload of amazing games to play. Games like Doom Eternal, Animal Crossing New Horizons, Ghost of Tsushima, and much more. And you guys want to know what's the best part? We still have 3.5 months left before this year's over. I mean, I don't know if that's the best part, depends on how you look at it. Anyway, there are still a lot of games that we're looking forward to, and I'm about to mention 10 of them. Here are the top 10 upcoming games yet to be released in 2020. Number 10. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. If you like Dynasty Warriors and or Legend of Zelda, this game is definitely for you. Developed by Koei Tecmo, it is a sequel to 2014's Hyrule Warriors and is set 100 years before Breath of the Wild. This hack and slash title will have you play as a plethora of Legend of Zelda characters to take down the forces of Calamity Ganon during the Great Calamity War. This game is set to be released on Nintendo Switch on the 20th of November 2020. Number 9. Overwatch 2. A standalone sequel to 2016's Overwatch, this Blizzard PvP is going to have a shared multiplayer mode with the first Overwatch so that players who own either game can play against each other. New maps, game modes, and heroes will be added to both Overwatch games. There's also a new game mode called Push, where two teams will try to control a robot to push their payloads on the other side of the map in order to win. Overwatch 2 will also feature a multiplayer story mode, where you choose a hero to play missions based on Overwatch lore. Overwatch 2 is set to be released on PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Nintendo Switch, although the release date is yet to be confirmed. Number 8. SpiderMan Miles Morales. SpiderMan Miles Morales will play as a standalone expansion to 2018's Marvel Spider-Man game. This game will let you play as Miles Morales, the second incarnation of Spider-Man's character. Set 1 year after Insomniac's smash hit game, you, as Miles, will have to protect New York City and Harlem from the gang war happening between the Roxxon Energy Corporation and an army led by the Tinkerer. The sequel will serve as a launch title for the PS5 and will have a PS4 release, both of which are on the 12th of November 2020 for North America, Australia, and Japan, while having a 19th of November release for worldwide. Number 7. Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Super Mario 3D All-Stars is a compilation of 3 of the most famous and critically acclaimed 3D Mario games: Super Mario 64, Super Mario Galaxy, and Super Mario Sunshine. It's a must-buy for all Mario fans, as each game will be upgraded to HD. A new music player mode will contain 175 tracks from all 3 games to be played when the screen isn't on. The game is scheduled to be released in 2 days, on the 18th of September 2020. Number 6. Watch Dogs Legion. After a mediocre reception of Watch Dogs and a more positive reception towards Watch Dogs 2, Ubisoft Toronto is aiming to hit a goldmine with a 3rd installment. Set in 2028, Watch Dogs Legion will serve as a sequel to the second game and will let you control a multitude of characters in an open world who have different abilities and traits. Using those characters, you have to help the British DedSec, known as Bagley, to stop a group called Zero Day from planting explosive in the House of Parliament. However, this game will have a catch. Once your characters die, they will never be able to be recovered. That's right, it will mark the first time a Watch Dogs game has a permadeath system. Watch Dogs Legions is set to be released on the 29th of October 2020 for PS4, Xbox One, Stadia, and PC, the 10th of November for the Xbox Series X and S, and a later date for the PS5. Number 5. FIFA 21. EA is back with a new game in the FIFA series, FIFA 21. The most popular football game will return with your favorite game modes, such as Manager Mode, Career Mode, and of course, FIFA Ultimate Team. This year, the Ultimate Team will feature co-op modes called Division Rivals, Squad Battles, and Friendlies. The game is going to feature about 700 clubs, 17,000 players, and 30 leagues worldwide. Unfortunately, teams like Roma and Juventus will still not be featured in the game. FIFA 21 is set for a 9th of October 2020 release on PS4, Xbox One, and PC, while Stadia, Xbox Series X, and PS5 will have a release date yet to be determined. Number 4. Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time. The 8th game in the Crash series and a direct sequel to Crash Bandicoot Warped. You have to help good old Crash and his sister Coco as you battle the evil scientist Neo Cortex, who's plotting a new scheme to conquer the entire world through space and time. In addition to main story levels, alternate story levels will have you play as Neo Cortex himself and his associates, Dingodile and Torna. Gameplay elements are more or less the same as ever, with new additions such as wall running. The game is set to be released on the 2nd of October 2020 on Xbox One and PS4. Number 3. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. The 22nd game in the Assassin's Creed franchise. They have 22 games? What? You'll be placed in the boots of Ivor, a Viking who joins his or her fellow Viking brethren in the invasion of Britain in 1873. In 873 AD. You can dual-wield weapons, customize your character's warplane and armor, and fight your way to glory. Boss battles have been reworked so that every boss requires different tactics to attack and even assassinate with a single hit. Quite possibly the biggest Assassin's Creed game yet. It is set to be released on PS4, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PC, and Stadia on the 10th of November 2020, with the PS5 release date yet to be determined. Number 2. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. The 6th Black Ops game. It serves as a direct sequel to the first Black Ops game from all the way back in 2010. Yes, I feel old too. You play as a CIA agent during the 80s Cold War who is trying to uncover a spy in the name of Perseus. Multiplayer is also back with new game modes, weapons, and customizations. Zombies also return, a staple of the Black Ops franchise, although not much is yet known about this year's version. The game is set to be released on PS4, Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X, PS5 and PC on the 13th of November 2020. Before we go to our top game, here are some honorable mentions. Number 1. Cyberpunk 2077. After the universal acclaim of Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, CD Projekt Red returns with another massive open-world RPG set in the fictional Night City, Northern California during the year 2077, where we'll probably all be dead. You play as V, a fully customizable mercenary. V possesses many ways to take down enemies, from melee weapons to ranged weapons. You, as V, can also sneak behind enemies, avoid conflict altogether, or assassinate them. Cyberpunk 2077 will also feature branching dialogues and multiple endings like any other role-playing game, and the developers have promised that there will be no game over screens unless you're dead, which means that the game moves on even if you fail a quest. A unique mechanic for a game. CDPR's most ambitious game yet is set to be released worldwide on the 19th of November 2020 on Xbox One, PC and PS4, with the Stadia version released later in the year, and the PS5 and Xbox Series X versions to be released sometime in 2021. Know any other games that I've missed? Please let me know in the comment section, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I'm Will, this has been the Leb Australian, and I'll see you soon.